China is now evaluating and trying to use large pipelines to transport hydrogen in long distance.
Thank you. Just a little bit of background. Daxing is actually a district in Beijing, and it is a transport and logistic hub. It's also home to the new Beijing International Airport. The Tsinghua Industrial and Research Institute is a research institute under China's Tsinghua University. It is responsible for incubating and commercializing technologies within the Tsinghua University. Professor Zhu and his team started incubating a number of hydrogen technology companies some 20 years ago. And I actually had the opportunity to visit one of them when they started out. It was a startup engaged in the research and development of hydrogen fuel cells. And today, it is the #1 producer of hydrogen fuel cells in China. When it started out, it only had an initial investment of under 2 million RMB. The company was listed in China in year 2020, and at the peak of its valuation, had a market cap of 12 billion RMB. Now, this is just one of the many success stories from the Tsinghua Industrial and Research Institute. And we are fortunate enough to have invested in some of those. Today, the Daxing Hydrogen Demonstration Zone is home to 200 hydrogen technology companies. And it was built during COVID, from thought to finish within 15 months. So congratulations to a job well done, Charles. Charles is the director of the Daxing Hydrogen Demonstration Zone. Charles, I understand that the Hydrogen Demonstration Zone focuses on sustainability. And the vision from day one is to build a hydrogen industrial park with technologies for the entire value chain. For the production of hydrogen to the applications of hydrogen, including production, storage, transport, and hydrogen commercial vehicles. Can you share with the audience what's the thought process behind it, and how did you manage to have technologies for the entire value chain?
Okay, we think that the way of hydrogen industry developing in China versus overseas will be very different. The countries like Japan and South Korea focus on fuel cell passenger cars in the past many years, while China's electrical vehicles has been very mature, especially passenger vehicles. So the opportunity remains for fuel cell transportation will be mainly commercial vehicles, especially long-distance, heavy-duty trucks. In this area, technologies R&D in any country will be an innovative and from 0 to 1 process. So the only quick path to breakthrough is all companies in the whole value chain work together and iterate quickly. Daxing Hydrogen Demonstration Zone is just such a successful pioneer, which combining application scenarios, science park, industrial capital fund, leading companies, and innovative companies. Daxing government opened up several traffic application scenarios which are suitable for fuel cell vehicles, took the customer's order as the tool and pushed the value chain to be vertically integrated locally, and created a completed R&D, manufacturing, and application ecosystem. The government and the Tsinghua built up a professional hydrogen industrial capital fund, providing big financial supports to develop the local value chain. Now, the Daxing Hydrogen Demonstration Zone has become the national R&D and the communication center of the industry. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Charles. Now, I understand that China is the largest producer of green hydrogen and currently has an annual production capacity of 30,000 tons. And it is growing at a rate of 100%. China also has one of the largest green hydrogen plants in the world with a capacity of 20,000 tons. It is situated in the Xinjiang province, where on average, it has more sunshine than the rest of China. Now, in this region, on average, there are 3,600 hours of sunshine versus slightly over 1,000 in China. Now, in this region, there is excellent oil and gas storage and transport facilities. So, I mean, it would make good commercial sense that China work with companies in this region to produce green hydrogen. Charles, can you share with us what kind of technology the Daixing Hydrogen Demonstration Zone has for the production of green hydrogen, and how do you see the Daixing Hydrogen Demonstration Zone working together with companies in this region towards a more sustainable tomorrow?
Okay, China's hydrogen production technology is very unique. Named high-pressure alkaline electrolyzer technology. The R&D of this technology in China started from the 1960s and the 70s. After years of continuous efforts, it has reached world-leading levels in terms of energy efficiency, service life, and some other aspects. It has hundreds of applications in dozens of countries around the world, and has been widely recognized by customers worldwide. China is at the forefront in building large-scale demonstration projects of green electricity to hydrogen, and a number of projects which exceeding 100 megawatt each have already put into operation. Chinese companies are also very actively exploring new technologies of large-size equipment modular to reduce the investment cost of mega projects. So China can provide customers in the Middle East with comprehensive services such as plan design, equipment supply, engineering, and construction for green hydrogen producing, helping them achieve sustainable development.
I see. Now, apart from the production of green hydrogen, in order to drive a sustainable
High energy efficiency vehicles with reasonable price, competitive hydrogen price, and a sustainable energy supply infrastructure. In Daixing Demonstration Zone, the value chain is fully integrated, and the large-scale application scenarios provided enough demand, so the R&D and the manufacturing cost of components and the system is mostly possible to be controlled. The world's largest hydrogen refueling station, operating in the demonstration zone, highly secured the energy supply. To make the hydrogen price acceptable, we are now evaluating on-site producing of hydrogen with local biogas feedstock. At the same time, there will be abundant green hydrogen produced in Inner Mongolia, where is relatively close to Beijing. It's planned to be pipelined to the city. Even now, there is enough blue hydrogen supply produced by local chemical plants. So this hydrogen resources will make the price very competitive.
I see. A final question to you, Charles. Now, one of the major issues with the use of green hydrogen and its applications are the relatively high cost of production. My understanding is that China is making good progress to overcome these cost challenges. Can you share with the audience what strategies you are seeing and what are the impacts on cost of production?
Although China has made in equipment manufacturing and project construction, if we talk about scale of economy, we believe that there is still large growing space for green hydrogen production and utilization, and help the industry to become sustainable and profitable. Firstly, no matter it's solar power or wind power, the equipment cost and the construction cost for green electricity project are still reducing, and it will cost lower price of green electricity. Secondly, going along with customers' strong demand, the electrolyzer manufacturers are more and more using automatic production line in the whole processing and enlarging the single train capacity. So the equipment cost for green hydrogen will be also reduced. Last but not least, China is now evaluating and trying to use large pipelines to transport hydrogen in long distance. And this will make the transportation cost of hydrogen reduced dramatically and then bring in certainty of long-term profitability for the whole hydrogen supply chain.
Charles, thank you for your insights. I want to close with a video so that our audience can get a sense of the hydrogen technological revolution in China. A video, please.
The high-power hydrogenation station, located in the southwest corner of the Beijing's Daxing demonstration zone, covers an area of more than 7,000 square meters and has a daily hydrogenation capacity of up to 4.8 tons, which can meet the hydrogen needs of 500 to 600 industrial and commercial vehicles. An 18-ton logistic truck can achieve a range of about 400 kilometers by filling it with more than 20 kilograms of hydrogen. In recent years, a group of young teams of engineers have developed various specifications of proton exchange membranes suitable for various types of hydrogen energy equipment. The thickness of our proton exchange membrane is 12 microns, which is very thin. Equivalent to 1/10 of the diameter of a human hair, we have further added a reinforcement layer structure to the membrane, so that it has sufficient strength at such a thin thickness. You can see when we are pulling it, it can withstanding a lot of force. Sino High-Tech is one of the earliest private companies to develop hydrogen fuel cell engines in China. Their hydrogen fuel cell engines can not only meet the operation needs of buses, but also the high-speed and safety requirements of heavy trucks on the highway. The 120 kilowatts fuel cell engine system you see now can be installed on heavy-duty trucks under 49 tons to replace diesel engines. Compared with the original traditional diesel engine, its size is much smaller and can be fitted easily in the engine compartment. At present, the operating costs of using fuel cells are much cheaper than gasoline engines and diesel engines. Sino High-Tech took the lead in achieving 100% localization of fuel cell components in China and witnessed the important transformation of China's fuel cell industry from technology research and development to demonstration operation and now commercialization.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I was actually talking backstage with a friend from ADNOC. I was telling him that we are thinking together with Forbes Middle East to host a hydrogen-focused conference. And he was actually telling me that they are having the same thought, that they're thinking of a hydrogen-focused conference. We are thinking, maybe it should be held in Beijing in the spring when the temperature is not as cold, and it would be in conjunction with the Daxing Hydrogen Demonstration Zone. We anticipate that participants will have an opportunity to meet and interact with the companies that we just saw, and also the possibility of going and visiting one of the green hydrogen plants in China. So, if you're interested, please reach out to the Forbes Middle East team. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And thank you, Charles, for coming all the way from Beijing.